Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fella channel. I'm going to do another book review today because I've been doing lots of reading in the past sort of month or two, trying to cram in loads of reading rather than sorting things out for videos, but I'm trying to catch up on all of them now. But anyway, today's book review is going to be called The Wild East. Gunfights, Massacres and Race Riots from the America's Frontier. And that's written by Ian Hernon, published by Amberley Publishing, and I would like to say a very big thank you to Philip Dean for allowing me to read and review this book. Now then, what this makes it, the title's obviously meant to be a bit misleading because we obviously think of the American West as being full of gunmen and bounty hunters and bank robbers, that sort of thing. And we're kind of given this false impression after reading this book that much of the violence and the bad things going on were happening out in the American West. But what this book does, it looks at the East Coast, particularly of America, and it actually shows that the East Coast was rather more violent and disturbing than the West Coast. But it's a fascinating read, really good. I kind of wasn't sure what to expect from the book because I was thinking, well, if it's not going to be about the West, which is what I like, then maybe I'm not going to be so much into it. But it was really good, kind of a really good look at social history of history in America, sort of from late 1800s to the early 1900s, I'd say. Kind of early days of the New York Mafia and that sort of thing, and kind of, yeah, like I said, the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Now I've written down some notes here because I've read this book a couple of weeks ago and I didn't want to miss out on mentioning some of the things. So you've got, the book covers a lot of gang violence, feuds, trade unionism, early mafia, race wars from Omaha and Tulsa, industrial disputes, the Haymarket Affair, and the Pinkerton Rebellion. And I would say that's kind of just like the tip of the iceberg as well. The book goes more into that. But it's a really good read, and there's lots of stuff to, about all the bad guys and what all the gangs were getting up to, and how the law and the government were having to deal with things going on. But it was a really good read, and I know it's only sort of, what are we in, April now? It's kind of one of the best reads I've read so far this year, so I've really enjoyed this book. I would just like to say also that a lot of praise ought to go to the author, Ian Hernon. I think a journalist by trade, and he kind of looks at things slightly different, maybe more matter of fact or pointedly, and that comes through in his writing, and that it kind of makes an impact and makes the book just that little bit more interesting because he's written it as well. There's an excellent who's who at the back of the book, explaining some of the characters in a bit more, and there's also an excellent bibliography. So if you fancy going to do further reading on this particular subject, there's plenty of books at the back that he's obviously made note of and recommended. So that's an excellent book, a very good read. It's called The Wild East, published by Amberley Publishing. Gunfights, Massacres and Race Riots, Far from America's Frontier, written by Ian Hernon. This is obviously a paperback, and that's priced at $10.99 and well worth a read in my opinion. I will leave a link below this video to Amberley Publishing, so that if you want to get a copy online then you can. And again, I'd also like to say thank you to Philip Dean for allowing me to read and review this book. It's very good indeed. So that's the end of this book review. If you've read this book or you're interested in the subject and you've got any comments, please drop any comments down below this video. And if you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And I thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you very soon for some more reviews.